GamesCom 2010.
We're all ready then. All right. So I'm going to show you a demo of Sorcery. How many have seen anything on Sorcery yet? Have you've seen a little bit? You see the media thing we did? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the E3 conference.
Okay. So this is a game that was designed from the ground up with the PlayStation Move in mind. So the entire design was designed around gesture-based control. So what I'm going to show you today is a work in progress, just coming out of our pre-production phase, which shows all of the core mechanics working. So I'm going to kind of go through this slowly, and if anybody has any questions, just please ask. And away we go.
Not knowing what lay beyond, the young apprentice steps bravely through a 1,000-narrow gateway into the fairy realm, in vain hope of stopping the Nightmare Queen, of covering the land in darkness.
So unfortunately, I'm going to have my back to you a little bit here. But one of the key things is the player immersion aspect is really important to us. So feeling this sense of one-to-one with the apprentice's arm. And even if I crouch down a little bit, like he'll move with me. Move the camera like this. And aiming and targeting is very simple. There are no buttons required. To cast a basic spell, you just flick at the screen. And there's a little bit of sticky targeting, almost like a shooter, where it'll kind of hone in on a certain range. So, if I want to hit a target, there's a little bit of stickiness, but it's not an auto target. You can miss targets. But basically, anywhere around the screen, and there's some dynamics to the casting as well. So you'll see I can kind of curve my shots a little bit. So let's walk in here. And there's also some velocity to casting. So, if I just kind of do short little bursts, the power will be pretty light. But if I do really strong casts, there's more power to it as well. So there's a little bit of dynamics in the way that you cast the spells with your gestures. So I have some other spells here. So you press the move button, brings up the spell selection. So I'm going to choose ice here and just let go. Now I have that equipped. And I can always cycle back between the last two that I had by just tapping the move button. So I'll freeze these guys. And I can quick select back to arcane. And shatter those guys. Grab objects in the world with a simple just flick back, like that. So now I just found a rat potion. And I bring up my potion window by holding the square button, choose polymorph rat, and I hold it in my hand, and I shake it to mix up the potion. Let's see the color change. Now it's ready to drink. And that's how you use it. So trying to integrate natural feeling gestures into the game world. So as a rat, I can get into spaces I couldn't in human form. And it can also be used as a stealth mechanic as well. So here's another spell, Whirlwind. And this one I lift up and then spin it around my head, and then cast it forward. And I can steer it around the world, so I can pick these guys up. I'm just going to drop them over the edge here. Makes getting rid of them pretty easy. Here's a fire spell. The other thing I can do is I can draw a line of fire on the ground by just drawing it in front of me. Then I can switch to a whirlwind, and then I can create a fire tornado. also a powerful area of effect spell. So if you get a number of enemies around you at once, you hold the trigger button down, and then slam it straight down. And that creates a powerful area of effect. So you can also fix like a broken bridge like this with a mending spell. So here I'll select mending, flip it forward, and then in a circular motion clockwise, and repair the bridge.
And it would soon be that the apprentice would learn the true power of fairy magic, and that goblins are the least of the horrors beneath the ground.
So that's the demo. Any questions? I can start it over. If anybody wants to see it, play it.
Can I have a go at playing?
What's this?
Can I have a go at playing it?
Absolutely. You just reset it.